Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about the December 15th, 2024 full moon in Gemini transit part 2 of 2. Now, first thing I want to get at, it's important to look at the house that this falls in your natal chart, as this could impact its delineation and interpretation for you. Now, for me, this is going to fall in my second house. Now, it could manifest as an eye-opener, so to speak, or some revelation or unveiling that I may have, manifold talents and abilities if I put them to use. And, it could be, some money, making opportunity unveiled. It could be associated with communication, writing, or manual dexterity. The problem with manual dexterity is that because I have the nerve damage, as some of you may know, it would be hard to do anything like that, such as auto or refrigeration mechanics as some examples. Now, but for someone else, it could manifest that way that has more physical related ability with their arms. Now, and hands. Now, another thing too is that, what's also of significance with this transit are aspects. This makes the points in your chart, as this could as well impact its delineation and interpretation. And for me, it's going to make a trine to my natal Jupiter in Libra. Now, one way this may be expressed, it could be more fortuitous, lucky, which is Jupiter. And in terms of completing, which is the full moon, some kind of writing, which is Gemini, and it could also be giving me more faith, hope, and optimism, which is Jupiter, and ending perhaps a mercurial, which is Gemini, a home situation, which is the moon. And perhaps it may also be a good time in terms of balancing, between, feeling, which is moon, like expressing, philanthropy, and which is Jupiter, and happiness as well, which is Jupiter, and fulfilling the emotional needs, which is the moon. And that couldn't be in Gemini, my moon in Gemini, that may involve communication of some sorts, or even short journeys, which is Gemini as well. Now, also, the full moon is going to fall at 23 degrees Gemini. As far as Sabian symbols go, well, this may manifest in a revelation or unveiling, again, which is the full moon, of one being, more versatile than he or she may have been cognizant of. But however, it could also be expressed in having an understanding, that the person, may dissipate his or herself through lack of an integrating purpose and may need to learn, more persistence. And it's also about, realizing and understanding that certain limitations that one may have to endure may be used to make the person evolve and grow stronger. So, now another thing about this full moon in Gemini transit, it's also important to look at the electional aspects that this makes. This could impact, its interpretation and how it may manifest for many. The full moon in Gemini is going to make a conjunction to Jupiter. Now, this may be expressed one way in more luck and prosperity, which is Jupiter in connection with this full moon. For example, it may involve, completing some writing or communication project, or something associated with manual dexterity. It could yield better results, in terms of what's being completed, whether it's, more greater prosperity, or whether it leads to a fortuitous, connection with somebody, whatever it may be. But keep in mind, with Jupiter being retrograde, it could also, indicate certain understanding, about generating one's own luck in the process, but it may take greater action and more effort on the person's part. Now, another thing about, this transit, how it may be expressed, it's important to look at, the other, electional transits, that take place at this time, because they may be more emphasized and accentuated because they're taking place at the same time as the full moon in Gemini. There will be an opposition between Venus in Aquarius and Mars in Leo. Now, this could suggest simply that a love, which is Venus, of humanity and humanitarianism, which is Aquarius, may oppose, the energy, which is Mars, expended on doing things that are more attention-seeking, which is Leo. And also, this could be a lot of, unobtrusiveness, which is Aquarius, versus activities, which one may be lauded and praised for, which is Leo, and it's domination, Leo, versus blending more in group-related activities, which is Aquarius. So many people may feel, that pull, between, these energies at this time. And another thing that is important at the time of this transit is to look at other transits to your natal chart, because they're going to be more pronounced and emphasized because they are taking place at the same time as this full moon in Gemini. Now, transit South Node is going to be making a separating conjunction from my natal Uranus and Libra in the 6th house. Now, this can manifest in a number of ways. One way for me, it may be expressed. It could simply be about going away, which is the South Node, from an internet, which is Uranus relationship, which is Libra. That may be prominent in the daily routine, which is the 6th house. Now, I hope it's not going away from my astrology. The South Node can be what we're going away from. Uranus is connected with astrology, and something that I am doing on a day-to-day basis, which is the 6th house. Now, some of you may know, there's currently a manhunt, for the man, I believe likely a man, that shot and killed the United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson. Now, at the time that I made this video, there has been an ongoing search for him. He has apparently been identified, but the name has not been released as of yet. Now, assuming we don't have, more information before December 15th, I believe at or around that time, we may find out more about the person, the suspect, one way or another. The full moon can be about revelations. Gemini is connected with the news. It could be the ending, which is about, again, full moon is about culminations and endings. So it could be the ending of a time of someone running from the law, that was difficult to pin down, which is Gemini. Mercury will be going direct the next day in Sagittarius, which is associated with the law and the truth. So I believe that is another auspicious sign for us getting, more information, pertaining to that suspect. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying, stay